How y'all doing? Oh, yeah.
Hey, Myles.
How's it going?
Doing well. Anyone want to raise their hand and go first? All right, Ross Martin, lead us off.
Hey, what's up, Myles? I was wondering your general opinion on how the secondary is looking right now, and in particular, what has Tony Grimes shown so far? I know a lot of people were hyped about him enrolling early.
Okay. Secondary right now, we got depth, fast, we're flying around, and I think the experience level is up there now. So I think I'm one of the veterans. Patrice is one of the veterans, but a lot of guys have played now. So the experience level is very up there. It's very competitive. And I think we're a very good secondary, honestly. And Tony Grimes coming in now is a big addition. He's gonna be a great player. He's looking good, flying around. Yeah, he's coming from high school, so he's getting used to the college speed and the way we practice and all. But he's gonna be a great player.
Yeah, what stands out about him? I mean, can you notice the fact that he's this highly touted prospect, or is it just the fact that he is kind of a year behind? Can you see that as well?
I mean, yeah. So me personally, like I early enrolled, so I know what it's like. But he did a whole year. I did a semester early. He did a whole year early. So just the fact that he's supposed to be in high school right now, and he's coming out here with that competition level and doing what he's doing out here at practice is just amazing. The fact that he's that young, he got good size, he can run. He's gonna be a good player.
Awesome. Thanks, Myles.
No problem.
Okay, over to Andrew Jones.
Hey, Myles, we talked to Jeremiah Gimli yesterday, and he was asked about some of the leaders on defense, and he brought up your name and said that last year, even when you were out after you got injured, you were still a leader. You were still a loud voice on the defense and around the team. How much does leadership come naturally to you, and how important is being one of those vocal guys to you?
Naturally, it's been something I've always kind of been around. Like my father was a head coach, so I've been knowing football kind of my whole life. So, and I've always liked helping people in general, not just on the field, but in general. So anytime I can help, I try to help, and that's a good part of being a leader is just helping the guys around you and bringing them to the same level you're on. Because I'm a competitor. Like I like to play football. I love the game, so I want everybody on the same level as I am, and I want everybody to be as good as I am, or if not better, if they can be. So, I mean, it kind of comes naturally. I get it. I think I get it from my father. And just being a voice, like we talk about a voice, I kind of lost mine. I've been yelling all day, all yesterday. So it just feels good to have that presence and have the guys look up to me like that.
Going back to last year, you were playing really well, and then you went down. How difficult was that for you to suddenly have to shut things down the way you were playing? And what did you learn during that process when you were not able to get on the field, but you still had to see the game through a different lens?
It's always difficult when you love the game and you can't really do what you want to do. So it's always difficult in that aspect, but it wasn't difficult because of my guys, like my team. I love my guys. I mean, they're very supportive of me, and they're really exciting to watch. So honestly, I just became a fan at that point. I knew the defense. I knew everything that was going on. I was still in the meeting, so I'm still able to give my wisdom of my experience from what I've seen and what they haven't. So just having that presence and having that ability to give back to them while I was still here, not playing, was good for me and good for them as well.
One last question real quickly. Through that experience, are you better for the experience? And if so, what kind of way are you? Maybe better as a guy, better as a teammate, player?
I think it just makes me better overall, like as a teammate for sure, because I learned how to support my teammates when it's not about me. I mean, I've always been supportive of my teammates. Like I said, they're really not my teammates. They're my brothers. Like we go through this stuff every day together, and we become a family. So I was just supporting my family, but it definitely made me better. It allowed me to watch a lot more film, just across college football, NFL film, and just learn different things that are going to help my game this year.
Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Over to Greg Barnes.
Hey, Myles, kind of continuing on that line of questioning. Not only did you have kind of the personal injury issues last year, but you 2 years prior, the team really struggled, had some losing records and some tough times. Now that this is your opportunity, kind of one last go, how has all of that shaped you in terms of, yes, you want to be a better leader, but for you, what does this mean? I mean, what does the opportunity mean for you to be able to kind of lead the defense this year?
It means everything. Just going through all that, like you said, the previous 2 years. Before last year, we had down seasons, and my freshman year, we were 8-5. We probably could have won more games. So just being on both sides of the spectrum, I've seen it all. Like, I know what adversity is, I know what it's like to lose, and I know what it's like to win. So overall, it's just made me the better player, just to know what it takes to be a winner and be a good team.
What was the key for you and the other leaders this off season in such a unique situation to kind of keep the guys together, keep everybody motivated so that when you did get to camp, everybody was up to speed?
Well, honestly, with this team, there was no real key. Everybody loves ball. Everybody wants to win. So that drove itself. Like, literally, everybody's at home. When we had the quarantine and we weren't here at school and everybody was home, everybody was working. There was nobody just relaxed, and everybody knew we were going to come back and play football. So they were at home doing what they need to do to get in shape and make sure they're ready when we come back. Just that drive and that love of the game that everybody has on this team is going to be a good factor for us.
And one other one, got the news yesterday about the 3 guys opting out, all defensive backs. Just curious, what's the conversation with those 3 guys? Do they talk to their teammates and, had a discussion? Kind of how did that play out?
The guys told us they opted out, and we 100% respect their decision. I mean, it's a crazy time right now. It's a global pandemic, and it's hard. It's hard for a lot of people. So everybody's situation is different. So just having that, I mean, you have no choice but to respect their decision, first of all. Second of all, I mean, going back to the football aspect, this is why we do what we do and train how we train, because at the end of the day, you never know what's going to happen. And it's always got to be that next man up. So we've been working hard in practice, working hard in the off season, trying to make sure our next man is always ready.
Thanks, Myles.
No problem.
All right, Ryan Wilcox, you're up.
What's up, Myles? So news came out yesterday that some guys at Syracuse were sitting out of practice, sort of protesting the safety precautions. And then before that, you had the guys with the Big 12 and the Pac 12. I was wondering if any conversations like that have been happening with guys on your team.
On my team, no. Honestly, most of us want to play. Almost all of us want to play. A few guys have opted out for personal reasons, and like I said, we respect that decision 100%. But we want to play football. I mean, we're here to get a degree and play football. That's what we're on scholarship for, and that's what we do. So we're doing everything we can. We have a great protocol here for COVID, trying to stay safe and trying to keep within our bubble. So to make sure we don't get any COVID within our team, to keep playing as many games as we can. So we're doing our part. I mean, we want to play.
All right. That's all I got. Thanks, man.
All right, last one for Myles, Joe Mazer.
Hey, Myles, I'm just curious as to your thoughts, just given this roller coaster ride you guys have gone through, the changes in your schedule, and now the MAC is opting out of playing altogether. Is it hard to stay focused given that there's so much uncertainty whether you're even going to have a season?
I wouldn't say hard to stay focused. It's hard to be sure about things, I would say. I believe we're all focused on trying to play because, like I just said, we want to play. So the biggest thing is we kind of don't care who we play or when we play, but we want to play football. Like the guys love the game, and we've been working for this our whole lives, everybody. So, I mean, this is something we're going to do if we don't play or we do. We're going to work out. We're going to train. We're going to do all the things necessary to be a good team. So I would say, like, the focus is not hard to focus, but the uncertainty is a big factor into just this whole pandemic. And I think we're ready for it, though. I think we're prepared for anything that comes.
And you obviously get to see what kind of player Chaz is a lot. Can you describe just kind of what he's about?
Oh, he's a beast. That's my son's son. He's a beast. He works tremendously hard. Just his story in general is amazing. Moving from quarterback to linebacker is two different spectrums of the game. Not in terms of play calling almost, but in terms of physicality and athleticism. He's always been a great athlete. So just seeing him progress and seeing how hard he's worked to be that great player he's about to be, it's good to see him. Good to see him do it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Myles, thanks. Hey, Myles, thanks so much for your time.
No problem, Mark. Thank you.
Hey, speak of the devil. All right, we've got Chaz Surratt up. First up, Deanna King, fire away.
Hey, Chaz, thanks for being on today. Coach Brown said the other day that last year they were more focused on you learning the linebacker position, and maybe this year they're hoping that you step up more in the leadership department on defense and the team in general. After having a year's under your belt at linebacker, do you think you can take that next step in the leadership department?
Hey, Miss King. Yes, ma'am. Certainly, I've been trying to, do that since I kind of got a good grasp of our defense under Coach Bateman. I'm going in my second year and just learning the position, working through the off season. So definitely, being a leader on our defense is a major goal for me this year, and I'm just trying to do that every day I can.
My last question: the new schedule come out. I have to ask you, what did you think when you seen Wake Forest on that new schedule?
I called Sage. I think we're going to get him this year, playing at home. So it'd be a good battle. I know all our DBs are ready, to play against them, and we're looking forward to the challenge this year.
Thank you.
Okay, JB Ricks, you're up.
Hey, what's up, Chaz? Thanks for taking out the time. Hope you're well. There have been a lot of players. You're expected to be a top draft pick in the NFL next year, and there are some other players who are also expected to be, first or second round draft picks who have decided to opt out, for those specific reasons so they can prepare for the NFL. I wanted to know if you've had to go through that process and what decision, what helped you come to the decision to play this year, and what other factors played in your decision.
Really just to be honest, I wanted another year to play linebacker. I felt like that would help me for the NFL. I've worked a lot this season, and I think I'm going to have a really, really good year, even better than last year with the work I put in over the off season. So just taking that next step at linebacker, I just want to show the scouts how much I improved from last year to coming into this year. So that's kind of my main focus. So I didn't really think too much about sitting out, just because I know the year I'm capable of having this year. So that's kind of my thought process.
All right. Thanks so much, bud.
All right. Over to Ross Martin.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback on that, Chaz, in what ways are you trying to get better and repeat and then get better from what you did last year?
I just think I got bigger, faster, stronger. Overall, just my technique, worked a lot on that through the off season with our coaches and my teammates. I think just in all aspects of the game, I've improved so much. Like from this time in camp last year to now in camp, like I'm not even the same player. So just building on that every day, and gelling with my teammates and the guys I'm going to have around me is going to allow me to, do a lot of things in Bateman's defense. So I'm just looking forward to all that's to come this year.
How much does it help having Jeremiah next to you? Another year, you two at the middle linebacker position, and both y'all being very cerebral players.
Yeah, it's great to have him out there. He's always, using the mic, makes the calls most of the time. So, he's always on it. He's very sharp, very athletic, and, hits, comes downhill, can play in space. He can do everything you need in a linebacker. So to have him out there, that's a guy I can look to rely on. I know he's going to make the right play every time when we go out there.
Thanks, Chaz.
All right. Last one, Ryan Wilcox.
Hey, what's up, Chaz? I was wondering, going back to your decision to play this year, how much of a factor was it that it's year two of Mac Brown and there's such high expectations for you guys on the field this year? Was that a factor in your decision?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think we're going to have a really good year this year. We don't anticipate losing any games this year, so that's definitely a factor in why I chose to come play this year as well. I'm just excited to get on the field with my teammates after all this time, training and working out by yourself, to be able to go out there with my teammates that I've been, playing with for the last, few years. I think we're gonna have a really, really great year. We have a lot of pieces on this year to be really good. As long as we stay healthy, I think we'll have the year we look forward to having.
Thanks, Chaz.
Chaz Surratt. Thanks, sir.
Thank y'all.
All right. We got Jordan Tucker Andrew, you're up there if you want to lead us off.
There it worked. All right. Had to click 3 times there in the mute. Hey, Jordan, you guys have, I think, 48 combined starts back this year with the offensive line. This time a year ago, outside of Charlie and Nick, and then Nick got hurt early, there wasn't much experience. How much have you noticed a difference with just the chemistry? Just everybody kind of knows what they're doing more right now as opposed to this time a year ago?
Yeah, I think the chemistry is really blown up out of the roof just because we've had a whole entire offseason in this style offense with Coach Longo. And then with the incoming freshmen, they've been on the ball with trying to learn what's going on and, like, really just trying to figure out where everyone's moving and all that. And our chemistry is just amazing. We're a family on the O-line, and we're excited to all put in work.
Mac, even back in the spring, Mac told us that Awesome Richards had been doing really well, and he was slotted at that time, and I guess he still is right now. What can you tell us about his game and how you've seen him develop over the last year to where right now I guess he's either a starter or competing for a starting job?
Yeah, so Awesome came in with great footwork. He was a little light for what he is now, but he came in with great footwork and just building on weight and just getting stronger, and then as well as like help me and Charlie helping him out with like technique and stuff from a tackle perspective. He's turned into a different monster, and he seems ready to go, and I trust him.
So thank you, I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, over to Ross Martin.
Yeah, I was going to ask about Awesome Richards as well, but I'll ask about Joshua Zudu. Jordan, could you kind of tell us about what he brings to the guard position?
Yeah, he brings there's really no drop off from him and Marcus besides the size. They're both very intelligent. They both know what they're doing, and they both they want to win games. And he can hold it down on the left side with helping out with Awesome, just because me and Marcus are on the right side knowing what we're doing, and Brian's in the middle. So he's definitely turned into a leader.
And what's happening at the center spot? I know Brian played a lot last year, but you have a young guy in Ty Murray.
Yeah, it's beginning of fall camp, so they're definitely mix-matching reps, and we're seeing who's going to run with the ones come first game. So I think it's going to be an interesting battle. Right now, I think DA's definitely got experience and intelligence, just a little over Ty, but Ty's got a nice edge to him, and I think it's going to be a great battle.
Awesome. Thank you, Jordan.
No problem, Ross.
Okay, over to Greg Barnes.
Hey, Jordan. Coaches talk a lot about how important chemistry is with the offensive line. When you're in a situation where you don't have spring practice, you can't really get together during the off season until you get to July. Have you seen rust in that regard? I know you guys have had a couple weeks back together, but only 2 days now or 3 days now in actual training camp practice. Have you seen some rust?
I don't think I've really seen any rust because we all challenged ourselves to really like dig into our playbook, and to just because we were away from Chapel Hill doesn't mean the work stops. So I challenged everyone on the O-line to just go out there, get your plays done, and know what to do when we come back, so there's no problem, there's no drop off, and there hasn't been.
And with Mac has talked a lot about the importance of depth. We know about the blue team guys. Has the white team guys, have they shown out, and they seem to be in pretty good shape along with your group?
I think they've definitely made steps in progress, but they definitely do have a ways to go before. I think the build between trust between the coach and the player is going to be strong, or it has to be strong. And Mac told us the other day he wants to be able to play 10, 11 offensive linemen if we can. And with the group that we have now, I believe we can. So it's really just depending on who the coach trusts or not.
When you guys look back to a large number of sacks, I know some of that can be attributed to the quarterback as well as you guys. Is that a focus for you guys? Has that been a talking point that, hey, we've got to cut those down for this year?
Yes, it's definitely been a talking point. We had too many sacks. I gave up too many pressures. We've all been our own biggest critic when it comes to the sacks, and it's just not something we want to do when we have a great QB like Sam Howell, who can definitely be in the Heisman race this year if we keep him clean.
Thanks, Jordan.
Yeah, no problem.
Great, Jordan. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you. Hey, Trey.
Hey, Trey.
Hello. Hey, how
How
are
you doing? Good, good.
Good.
Greg Barnes, lead us off, please.
Hey, Trey. Thanks for joining us. Played nickel your first year, played corner last year. Where are you playing right now?
So I'm at nickel right now this year.
Why did you move back inside? I mean, what's the idea, and kind of what's your competition there?
I mean, a lot of people had got hurt last year. We had some guys transfer, so they moved me to corner. I feel like nickel is more my natural position on the field, so they moved me back to nickel.
And who are you competing with at nickel?
It's freshman JQ Conley, and Welton Spotsville is there, and Bryson Richardson.
Great. Thanks, Trey.
All right, Ross, over to you.
Hey, Trey, could you tell us a little bit what you've seen from Tony Grimes so far?
I mean, Tony Grimes is a great player. He made a couple plays today. Long, he got speed, he can run. He's going to be a really good player.
Does he stand out? I mean, because obviously he's young and this is his first time in college. Does he stand out physically, or how does he kind of match up? Because he was an elite prospect.
Yeah, I mean, he looks good out there. I mean, he looks like all the corners really athletic, can run. So he looks good.
And you mentioned Jacorius Conley. How is he looking as a rookie? And then also Cameron Roseman-Sinclair. What can you tell us about those two guys, the two freshmen?
JQ is looking really good. He's really big. He's a really big guy. He's about 220. He's huge. He can run. And Sinclair, he's going to be a good player. He's real physical. So I think he's going to be really good as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Andrew Jones.
Hey, Trey, how much did playing corner as much as you did last year kind of help you now that you're back at nickel?
I mean, playing corner helped me a lot with my man-to-man skills. I mean, in our defense freshman year, it was really man-to-man all the time. So that really prepared me for playing corner a lot. So, but I think corner helped me a lot in just my man-to-man and working with Coach Bly. He's helped me so much on my press man-to-man and just playing the ball and everything. So it's going to really help me a lot in the slot when I have to press and everything.
What is, in your duties playing corner in this particular defense, is it more physical than it was 2 years ago in the previous defense, or how is it different for you? And what do you like about what's different in this role as opposed to a couple years ago?
I say my freshman year. Are you talking about freshman year?
Yeah, because that was a different defensive scheme, and you played a lot of nickel then.
Freshman year is a little more cover four scheme, bracket. So I was literally playing man-to-man mostly all the time. And then Coach Bateman's scheme, it's just a lot of different – it's just a lot of defenses in his defense, a lot of different things he runs. So it's a little more – well, it's way more complex. So it's just a lot to learn, but I'm getting everything down.
Are you enjoying that? Are you enjoying it in this defense?
Yes, I'm enjoying it a lot. It's an opportunity to make a lot of plays, so that's what I love.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, we're going to wrap up today's session. Joe Major.
Hey, Trey, I just wanted to get your reaction to you having some teammates that opt out of playing, the season. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I respect the decision. They're like brothers to me, family to me, so I can't do nothing but support them.
What went into your decision whether or not to play? I mean, just personally, did you talk with your family? I mean, was there a decision to be made?
I mean, there was no decision to be made. I love football. If football is going to play, I'm going to play no matter what.
Okay, thanks.
All right, one last quick one with Greg Barnes.
Hey, Trey, just wanted to ask, Myles Wolfolk has been through a lot during his time in North Carolina. He's kind of stepped up as a leader. What stands out to you about him in terms of his leadership style?
Wolf he's a great leader, very vocal. He knows everything, so he's just a great guy to lead. And when he's on the field, he's just a true ball player. I love the way he plays. He goes and gets the ball. He's not afraid to make that big play. So Wolf is a great guy, great player.
Thanks, Trey.
Trey, thanks a lot for your time today.
Appreciate you.
You're very welcome. We're all set. Thanks, guys. I think that's the end for today, and we'll catch up with you all tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Mark.
Okay, guys.
Thanks, Mark.
Jeremy, we good?
Thanks, Mark. Take care.
Thanks,
Yep,
Mark.
we're good.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Thanks, Mark.